Thank you so much for joining me on this edition of the Late the W podcast. As always, I'm your host, Mahal. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, leave a 5-star review, all of that fantastic jazz. If it's your first time joining, make sure you follow on social media at Late the W pod on all of that. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, we're active on all of those. So, without further ado, let's sound the horn and get into this episode.
The pitch from Acevedo.
Swung on the line, down the left field line for a base hit.
Fly ball, gap, right center field. And
Double him up at second.
Luke is going back to the 1-8 track. Get out the right, Brennan Buster, grandma. It is grand salami time.
will send Seattle to the American League Championship Series for the first time in 24 years.
The Seattle Mariners might be the greatest team in baseball history. No, they do not seem that way. 5 straight losses as they head back to Seattle for 4 games with our favorite team, Jose Altuve's Houston Astros. Episode 140 of the Light the W podcast. Mahal Domingo Anderson, joined by Jeff Budke and Jeff, our favorite Mariners optimist. How are we doing?
There's a golf tournament on in Augusta, and the Mariners cannot hurt me today.
Off day for the Mariners. They can't hurt us. They can only hurt themselves. If I'm Dan Wilson, maybe it's time to treat them like a high school team, take them to the bowling alley, watch the Masters, go
Get
have
some ice
fun.
cream, batting cages, a little go-karting.
I think it's time just to get your mind off baseball and go have a fun team bonding experience.
Connor Joe was not the magic elixir like we all thought it would be.
You know, I thought he was more than just the average Joe, but he
It's going to be
belonged
that
on
kind of
that
episode?
dodgeball team. Average Joe's my favorite dodgeball team. Wonderful. Okay. Welcome back to the podcast, everybody. Mariners baseball's in a great place.
Everything's doing fine. We leave that Angel series, and they're whining, they're irritated, they go on to fight the Braves. We leave that series wondering what the heck is wrong with us. They leave that series being like, we can compete with these guys. And it's like, all right, let's just go to Texas, take care of business, at least win 1, 2. I hate the Brooms. I hate getting swept when you have a good team. Is there a worse feeling?
I mean, the only positive is that it wasn't against the Colorado Rockies. I think that would probably be a worse feeling.
The worst pitchers in baseball belong to the Houston Astros. The worst hitters in baseball belong to the Seattle Mariners. Who will bend on Friday night?
Gotta say, 3 runs over 3 games. That's some impressive stuff from this Mariners ball club.
So we don't do a lot of transitive property talk on this show like we should. But
Hey,
the
man,
Rockies sweep the Astros. The Rockies take 2 out of 3 from the Blue Jays. Have we learned anything this season, or is it just that the Sacramento A's are really bad? Is that the only thing we could have possibly learned?
Well, I want to take you back to 2019, Jeff.
Oh,
Do you remember
okay.
2019, that Mariners ball club?
God, that was a lifetime ago. Pre-pandemic, 2019. Tell me more.
Well, that Mariners ball club started off pretty nice, pretty hot. I believe it was 13-2 that season.
Oh, jeez.
They did not end that season so good.
Mm-mm.
That was the year the Mariners were trying to lose. Well, here we are. They're trying to win, and they can't seem to win. So what do we learn from the first 15 games of a season? Nothing. And we're not even at game 15 yet. Well, we are.
Can we talk about the Texas Rangers for a moment? Like, genuinely, I know 2 weeks in, like, what can we really pull from the Mariners? It's not as intense as I thought it would be of like, oh, we need this, we need that. There's like a lot of problems and a lot of good things. I don't understand Texas's plan. Berger is their cleanup hitter. I don't understand. They don't have a closer. They decided not to name one. They just roll the ball out, and whoever's available that day closes the game. Are they trying to compete? What are they doing? What do you think about the Texas Rangers after 3 games of losing to them?
It's hard to take much away, I think, from the beginning of this season. You think about what you thought looking at their roster on paper heading into the year. It's like that bullpen, like you said, they don't have a closer. They don't really have on paper that guy, that name of like a guy that you're like, oh, it's that guy. We don't want to face that guy. It's just a bunch of guys. Like, am I scared of that bullpen? No, it's gonna fall back to earth. They're not gonna be the best bullpen in baseball through 162 games. That lineup, like, is Jake Berger gonna hit over 300 all season? No, he was sent back to
200?
AAA last year. Like, to me, it's like everything is gonna balance out. That's how baseball is. That's part of why we love baseball and why there are 162 games. I can't buy into that Texas team.
Yeah.
It's not there for me.
Even though we are being optimistic, I'm being optimistic about this team. I still believe in the Mariners. Matching our loss total against Texas before April 10th feels bad. Like we went 10-3 against them a year ago. To already be 0-3 against a division rival is a bad start.
It doesn't
Uh,
feel good at all.
you talked about it on Wednesday. It's only where I just want to read you. I'm not gonna say names. I want to read you the OPS plus of this team, or WRC plus if you're into that. We got 234, 155, 138, 132, 121, and then no one over 70 after that. Julio's at 25. Josh Naylor's at minus 14, which was a reminder to me that you can be negative in a stat designed around grading the average of the entire league. Ref Snyder, minus 56. Ryan Bliss, minus 100.
Oh yeah.
But he only had 2 at-bats. The offense is appalling. The defense is bad. But our pitching is great. Sounds familiar, if we're being honest.
Is this not just peak Mariners baseball right now that we are playing? Like, the strengths of this team have come back to the forefront compared to last year. It's just about whether you can get the bats you expect to hit. The guys that you are like, well, is this guy going to be able to do it this year? For the most part, those guys have done it. And there are guys like, I look at Dom Canzone and I'm like, his numbers are not overwhelming. He's been an above average hitter. He hasn't had that many hits, but he's hit for power. And you look at like his peripheral or his under, the surface numbers. You look at his Savant page and it's like, that thing is glorious. It's better than last year in terms of chase, whiff, strikeout. He's striking out just 14% of the time right now. Like, this team, to me, like, I look at it and I'm like, they're going to be better. At what point is it? I don't know.
I wanted to say this because it sounds so whiny. So 7 minutes into the show, I guess this is fine. What is the luckiest thing that's happened to us in the first 2 weeks of baseball? I don't know. What's the unluckiest thing? I can name 10 things right now. Joe Adele robs 3 home runs. Berger. What's Berger's first name? Dave? Jake Berger, in the 9th inning on Tuesday night, falls flat on his face to catch a ball from the catcher. Dude can't catch a cold, and he wrangles that in full extension from first base and keeps his toe on the bag. What? He will never make that play again. Luke Raley forgets to step on first. That's that inning alone. What's the luckiest thing that's happened our way? And this is just whiny Mariners fan talk, but like, it's gonna turn around. It literally has to.
Yeah. This team is too good not to. I think the luckiest thing maybe is that the Santa Anas blew down a Trout home run in game 1 against the Angels, and that allowed us not to be swept by them. Because there was a ball he hit in probably like the 7th inning that night. That ball is gone if the winds don't blow it down 30 feet. Like, that ball was all gone. So it's gonna improve. It's going to pick up. Cal Raleigh is not going to be as bad as he's been. Julio Rodriguez is not going to be as bad as he's been. Josh Naylor is not going to be as bad as he's been. Rob Refsnyder will have a hit in 2026.
Do you think so? Are you calling it?
I think I am a Rob Refsnyder believer. Is he going to be this bad? No, he might be our best defensive corner outfielder right now.
Oh my god.
That's been the most apparent thing right now for this Mariners team that I'm actually worried about is their outfield defense and their infield defense, specifically on the left side of the infield.
Uh, that Randy's play on Logan Gilbert's in the sixth inning with Logan out there with tie ball game, that's either the worst route I've ever seen to a ball or the worst vision. I don't even know how to describe how would you even, it's not an error. He had no shot of getting it because he didn't see it.
Yeah, the defense is a problem, especially for a team where like your pitching is your strength and you have a lot of guys that are going to pitch to contact and they're going to try and get weak ground balls, weak pop flies, whatever it may be to get out. And it's just not feasible, not possible with the defense. So if you want to be a pessimist and you want to be worried, that's what you should be worried about, not this offense to me.
No. George Kirby was so awesome. I want to make sure that before we move on from this series, like 97 on the corners painting, gave up really just one bad pitch. You mentioned this, but it's his second career game loss in his second career game. He has another time against the Orioles in 24, pitched 9 innings. We lost that game in extras. So Kirby, if Kirby deals for a complete game or the equivalent of a complete game, we're losing. Just unbelievable.
Kirby is Felix in terms of run support.
Stop.
Wait,
We have
is
a
our
team of
entire
Felix
rotation?
defenders.
I was gonna say, we have an entire rotation right now of Felix Hernandez with their run support. It's a fun time.
Emerson Hancock goes Friday, right? That's the first one. So the Astros aren't a real lineup. So for the third time, Emerson will get to just pick on a group of homeless dudes.
Go knock on some wood, Jeff.
I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about that sorry Houston team. We're 4-9. We look horrible. Everything sucks.
Yep.
The division is not a problem.
Yeah.
A win or two would make everyone feel better.
You win one series, and I think everything turns around. I want to take you back to last year, Jeff. The end of May, beginning of June. There was a stretch, May 27th to June 11th. They had 15 games during that stretch. They played the Nationals, the Twins, the Orioles, the Angels, and the Diamondbacks during that stretch. The Mariners' record during that stretch was 4-11. A 4-9 stretch happens to pretty much every team during the course of a season. Does it suck? It happened off the bat, of course. This team's going to be fine, though.
It's happened to start the last couple regular seasons. It is very normal. I don't even think this last year you said that stretch on the road at the end of August. I think that was probably our worst one. That'd have been good research to do before the podcast for me to come up with those numbers.
At that one.
Okay.
Yeah. It was just a longer stretch. It was like a 20-game stretch because they had homestands in between where they won a couple series.
Man.
But
remember being unbeatable at home in September? That was really cool.
That was a blast. I can't wait to be back home this weekend.
Why? Yeah, 4 games against Houston. Another Monday day game. It's gonna be fun.
Are you excited for a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday series next week? That's gonna suck.
Sucks for you.
Sucks for me.
Recording. Okay, you ready? I have the dumbest. Yes. I'm about to ask you the dumbest question you've heard on the show.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. All right. So Cal lines up. He's lefty. Okay, he's right here.
Yes.
Every single pitch is right here. It's in the Mike Trout danger zone. Okay, I'm not talking about backwards. Why can't Cal back up? Like sometimes. Why can't he move closer to the dugout? Like a few inches. Is that the dumbest question you've ever heard?
Well, the problem isn't even that to me. Like, if you're doing that, then you're just in your head at this point. Like, I look at Julio, right? And he switched where his hands are a little bit already. And I'm like, are you Jared Kelnick? Like, it's like, we're 10 games into the season. Don't switch your swing.
He's measuring with the bat from the plate to where his right foot is. Have you seen this? No. I'm like, dude, you are thinking a lot about a lot of things.
That's what I'm saying. This team has too much shit going on in their head. I'm like, let's go bowling. Like seriously. Like I'm serious.
How about on Mondays, no challenges allowed. Just you're not allowed to. Like, get out of your head. I don't know. Go for a walk in the park. Go play basketball.
Whatever it is, like, use this off day. People are going to be like, use this off day. You better be in the cages getting a lot of reps. No. I want you watching the Masters doing nothing else.
Brendan Donovan can go to the cage. That might be it. Everybody else,
Josh Naylor, maybe he had an off day
maybe
yesterday.
Josh.
The rest of the team, I want you at Lucky Strike in Bellevue, going to the arcade and going bowling while watching the Masters.
Uh, on Ref Snyder, his tab. Uh, okay. Hashtag Can Dan. We're frustrated with Dan Wilson. We're annoyed with Dan Wilson. It's been 13 games. I would like us as a show, your show that I occasionally pop on and say some really ridiculous things. When can we actually have this conversation about Dan Wilson? Because I don't think it's a fine conversation to have right now. There is no circumstance that they're firing him right now. Like it doesn't exist.
I think to me, if I were them, I'd fire him already, just because he was bad last year as well. But realistically,
I know.
realistically, I think you can actually start thinking about canning Dan middle of May.
Okay.
And April. I think middle of May.
I have a friend. I hate shouting other people out on the show because everyone else is dumb. We're smart.
Yeah.
But he thinks the Mariners having a bad start is best case scenario. If we are 10 games under 500 on May 5th, Dan Wilson is fired and we can win the World Series. That is genuinely what he believes.
I kind of believe this.
He is like not sarcastically one of the biggest Mariners fans I know and believes this is the best thing that could happen to us is pitching staff is good. Pitching staff is healthy. The team sucks. And Dan Wilson is fired.
So here's the thing. I buy into this a little bit. I've been talking about this with my dad actually recently because
Your dad is my friend that I'm talking about. I'm just kidding.
Everyone thinks the same thing. If you start bad and that gets Dan canned, it might be all worth it. And also, I think just getting a stretch like this out of the way at the start of the season and being able to show that you can be perseverant through a bad stretch like this, it builds a lot in this clubhouse, in this team, but you got to get through it. My last thing on it is if you were to can Dan, and I think he has caused at least a couple of these losses, I would say.
Of the blame pie, he deserves at least 33%, maybe more.
I agree. I look at the Angels series especially. But that's beside the point. The one thing I'm wondering about is if he leaves, what happens to Edgar Martinez? Is he gone?
The reason that he's the manager right now is because Cal Raleigh loves Dan Wilson.
Right.
That's why he's our manager. What is Edgar bringing to the table? What is Ichiro bringing to the table? We can't get a Japanese player to sign here to save our lives.
Ichiro for manager. I'm starting it.
I don't think that's a good idea.
No, it's a terrible idea. You need someone experienced. You really need someone experienced. I think that Edgar brings an approach thing. I think that it was seen last year. But with the way the bats have been approach-wise this year, maybe you're right. Maybe he's not doing a whole lot. And the thing I wonder about, too, is, like, you think about coaches around sports, and it's sometimes just a thing where the message sort of runs stale. Again, this is not a conversation realistically we could be having until, I would think, end of April probably, where we can really, truly see stuff with this. But their whole job is sort of just to, like, keep the vibes up a lot of the time and like keep the clubhouse good and be able to understand when you just need to like mix some things up. And I have a book that I've read about baseball managers, and it's like sometimes you just draw the lineup out of a hat and it just like literally you can just like get guys' minds off of it, switch things up, and sometimes that's what you need. But Dan Wilson, is his message stale? That's the thing I wonder about.
Is his message stale? Has he met any members of the team? Does he know what they like and don't like? I don't have a clue. I love Edgar, will always love Edgar. Who is the adult in the room telling Julio to chill? And Julio's listening. Like Carlos Santana had that impact. Could Carlos Santana manage? I know he's currently playing first base for the Diamondbacks. Could we call him? I don't know who's getting through to them right now. All these guys. I have no idea.
I mean, you look at it, like you mentioned Julio there, and it just doesn't even look like Julio's having fun right now. And that's one of my favorite things about Julio is that he always looks like he's just having a great time playing the game. And he'll make, a nice defensive play. He'll flash the no-fly zone, but he's not having the huge smile on his face. That's what I want to see. I want to see these guys playing like they're kids, having fun.
Okay, I'm gonna see how many of these I can come up with. Could someone just tell Julio, like, hey, for a game, I would like you to try to hit a home run. If you strike out 5 times, I don't care. These like 110 exit velo singles and groundouts are killing me. Lift the ball into the air and see if it works.
I mean, first and foremost, though, he needs to get into the zone. It's almost like it kind of feels like that's what he's doing, though. Is he's trying to lift it too much and he's getting on top of balls.
Is that what he's doing?
It's hard to know. I mean, he's just chasing stuff outside the zone. He's like, he doesn't have eyes. It's like he's just swinging at everything.
The limited coaching experience that I have is not with baseball, but it is on the golf course with kids who it's all mental. Everything is mental. They all want me to fix something. They all want me to say, like, move your left hand here, do this. It's never that. It's always like, put that club away and breathe. And I would love to know if anyone is doing that with these guys. Or if it's just baseball and it's 2 weeks and this is nothing.
I mean, I think to me, like, you chalk it up and it's 2 weeks right now. Like, the guys have been, like, quite literally as bad as they can be, their best players. And they should have a better record right now than they have, I think.
Okay, let's move forward because this is a horrible circle. I hate it. I hate this. Go win some games, please.
You're 4-9. It's nothing to, like, lose your mind about.
I think if we're 10 games under 500, we need to have the Dan conversation more.
Okay. If you're 10 games below 500 though next week, like, are you seriously having that conversation? Like, how long do you think it realistically takes?
I think for the organization to even consider it, it has to be at that point. Like, I don't think there's a world where we're 5 games under 500 and he gets fired, even though he should be. I think it has to be some glaring 10 games back in the division, 10 games under 500, like something like scary for Stanton to even consider paying someone that doesn't work for him, which is what you have to do when you fire a manager.
Right. Quickly, last note on this. I want to take us back to when Dan Wilson was hired. He was not
August,
given
right?
August.
Yeah.
He was not given an interim tag. He was just given the job. Do you think that this is just off my dome randomly coming to my head? Do you think that them not giving the interim tag shows that they're just going to sort of roll with him through the rest of this year? Like, it doesn't matter how bad it's going to get? Like, do they just believe in him?
I just think that it's been the plan since he was the interim AAA manager for Tacoma back in 21. I just think that's been the plan, is like, oh, he's, whenever service is done, retires, fired, whatever, it's Wilson. I don't think they had any desire to interview anyone else. It was just going to be him. And I don't think they even want to consider, how awkward is it going to be for them to have that 50th Mariners celebration where Dan is a top 50 Mariners player of all time. He'll be there if he's been fired the month before. Oh my gosh, that wouldn't be a reason not to fire him. They're not going to fire him, are they? Ooh,
I mean, I
didn't like any of that.
really doubt it.
I didn't like any of this.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope they do at some point. I don't know if they will.
What's the funniest thing from the week, Mahal?
Whew! Full switch up here. Funniest thing from the week has gotta be number one. Angels fans getting mad about hitting Mike Trout, specifically what is it? Buttery? What do you? I don't know how you.
Yeah,
pronounce
why
it.
did that go viral?
I don't know. He's an idiot for this. And the funniest part is that the Angels chose to get in a brawl with the Atlanta Braves instead of us, and it was for hitting Jorge Soler and not Mike Trout.
Soler looks so mad. That was terrifying. He's such a big human being, too.
He's huge.
That
is not fun.
I have two funniest things. I'll go. The number two is this at bat from Cal Raleigh against Mackenzie Gore yesterday, where For those not listening on the podcast, middle doesn't begin to describe the two pitches he took to end the at bat. But 100% the funniest thing from the last week was the host of this show being 10 feet away from Joe Adele's third home run robbery, and the photograph of said young man, Mahal Domingo Anderson. That was funny enough in and of itself. But then texting the group chat that I am in saying he dropped it without shame and without seeing anything. Just, guys, he dropped it. This is going to get overturned. It's such a good
for anything.
It's a perfect picture of you.
I can reincarnate this. This is how I was in my chair during the entire ninth inning. I'm slouched all the way down. That's why I'm not seen in many of these photos. That ball gets hit, and I'm like, oh, that might be gone. And then I'm like, oh, no. Nah, that's foul. That's foul, right? It's hooking foul. And then I'm like, oh, wait. No, it might be fair. So then I pop up like this. I get photographed. Well, Joe Adele is over here catching this ball into the stands like 10 rows in front of me. I'm in row like M. He just falls into row A, and I'm like, oh my God, I fall back like this. I just take my hat off, and I'm just distraught. And I'm not seeing in any of the photos or videos because I was so down on this team that I was like, there's no way they're going to win this game. And of course they didn't. But then Joe Adele somehow manages to rip my heart out for a third time.
Yeah.
God.
When everything went viral about like, oh, he dropped 3 home runs, I was like, well, Naylor's probably wasn't actually out. And then you slow it down, you're like, oh, that was a home run too. It's unbelievable.
They're all home runs. By the way, the first two I couldn't see because I'm in the corner, and Angel Stadium is so terrible that you can't see center field because they have a giant scoreboard wall thing blocking center field and the right field wall. Joke of a stadium.
My favorite tweet of the week was from Brock Heward from the Brock and Salk Show. The good news is that Cal and Julio are hitting 286. The bad news is that is combined. That's not how statistics work. You don't add averages. So they're both hitting 143. They're not combined hitting 286. You don't add them together.
That's great. I love Brock Heward for that. I love listening to him talk about baseball. He really knows his stuff.
He really,
really knows his stuff. I got a few worst favorite tweets of the week.
Favorite tweets of the week.
I already mentioned one of them, Ty, but I don't care how to pronounce his last name. All of his tweets were terrible. Wanting the Angels to go drill Julio or Cal. That's wonderful. There were a few of those tweets.
Like the worst people to pick right now, they can't get on base. Go hit Brendan Donovan. Like, why would you hit Julio or Cal right now? They can't get on base anyway.
Go hit Cole Young.
Yeah.
God. It's also like the whole Trout thing just makes me so mad. I saw a tweet too. I have a couple more. Sucks that Trout's weakness, high fastball, because he ends up getting his tower buzz more than most. Then an Angel fan responds, says, that's not the problem. Problem is that they've already thrown at Trout this weekend. They should get their asses kicked. Just how dumb do you got to be?
I can't explain the Brian Wu one. I think that was 100% an accident.
They're all an accident. You're trying to throw open in because that's the one spot he's not going to go hit a tank off of you.
First ballot Hall of Famer might be unanimous when he's done. That's a weak spot. You have to attack it.
Yeah. Well, and also, the pitch he got hit on by Legumina, he was swinging on.
Yeah, it's a check swing.
Like, that was almost a strike. That was almost a strike.
Against our worst relief pitcher.
Like, oh my God. Just take him out of the game if you don't want him to get hit. At that point. So dumb. Last one. Dan Clark talking about Cal Raleigh and saying he's getting massive Chris Davis vibes from Cal after 38 at-bats.
I don't even think that's funny. I don't think that's funny.
It's funny how dumb it is.
I'm appalled.
And then I'm pretty sure his next at-bat he went yard in. I'm pretty sure. Which is great. God. Angels fans, you had yourself a week with Trout. saying the Mariners are trying to quote murder Trout. It's wonderful.
That is awful. That's terrible.
Let's look at this weekend quickly, Jeff.
Yep.
Our favorite team, TikTok comments favorite team, Houston Astros, Jose Altuve, coming to Seattle for 4. They got 2 TBDs starting on Sunday and Monday. Fangraphs has a couple guys slotted in. We'll see what happens with that, though.
It's genuinely a Mariner nightmare to play TBD. I wonder what our record is against TBD in the Dan Wilson era. It's got to be really bad.
TBDs and Lance McCullers in one series? Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
What happened to Spaghetti guy, Arrighetti? What happened to that guy? Is he still on their team?
He's hurt. I think he's hurt.
I mean, it's a safe guess with the Astros right now.
If a pitcher on the Astros isn't in their rotation, I'm pretty sure he's hurt. Who knows, though? The Mariners get Tatsuya Imai, Game 1. Lance McCullers, Game 2. Fangraphs has Mariners legend Cody Bolton starting Game 3. That'd be like a bullpen day type of thing if that were to happen. And it does sound like Mike Burrows will start Game 4. He was traded to Houston in the, I believe, Brandon Lau trade. That was a 3-team trade from Pittsburgh. And he was okay last year. It's been this year. Those last 2 guys, like the Mariners should win those last 2 games. Will they?
Stop.
No, they'll probably lose 3-0 in both of those games.
The Astros have scored 79 runs this season. It's first in the American League by 22 runs. Like, they are just scoring way more than anyone else. Also, second in runs in the American League is the Minnesota Twins. That's very weird. But runs against. Any guesses for how many runs the Astros have given up?
How many have they scored again?
79.
87.
I love that. 78. I love that you went high. Thank you for doing that. The Mariners runs scored 40, runs given up 42. Like 42 in 13 games is so good. It's so good.
Oh my God. This baseball team is making you lose brain cells. Oh
well, at least we came into the season with realistic expectations and totally normal, just like levels of excitement, you know?
Will this team ever be able to like get expectations and actually live with them, or are they always just going to get expectations and strike out 80% of the time? Who knows?
We have the worst record in the American League.
We have the worst record in baseball.
Oh, is it baseball? Ew.
We are the worst team in baseball
right
now in terms of win percentage.
Nowhere to go but up.
I mean, literally, I don't know if they can be worse, offensively at least.
Speaking of couldn't be worse, any takebacks for you on the season?
Absolutely not.
You have none?
Absolutely not.
No regrets?
Absolutely not. No. This team is going to win 90 games, and I don't care.
Oh,
this
I'm not
is
talking
just
about the
a
Mariners.
stretch. Oh! You mean in general?
In general.
What are Jose Altuve's stats like?
They're pretty good. They're pretty good right now.
I can't wait for the TikTok comments to come back this weekend.
He can't hit a home run in Seattle. The marine layer will not allow it. The fake marine layer. I kind of wish I had maybe just not said anything about Framber Valdez. I think that would have been a good choice.
Yeah.
Maybe just to have been a little bit on the quiet side.
I think that my Red Sox takes and Roman Anthony glaze might be needed to take a step back.
I'm not sure if Nick Kurtz is going to hit 55 home runs anymore. I think
You're right.
well we're only 55 away.
He's going to hit 65.
Okay. So I shouldn't take it back yet. Okay.
No. Poor Brent Rooker, by the way, got hurt this morning. That looked not fun.
We each had 5 Mariners All-Stars. That number might be high. That number might be high.
I don't know. They got 5 starting pitchers right now.
That's true. So
that are on all-star trajectories.
We got Hancock, Kirby, Wu, and Brendan Donovan. That's not bad.
Yeah. And, I mean, would a reliever maybe sneak in there?
There are 2 players on our team with a save, none of whom named Munoz. But, we're good.
I love Dan Wilson, man. Applause for Dan Wilson.
The Cooper Crispa one was sweet. I like that one. That was sick.
That was 3-inning one?
Getting a save and an 8-0 win. Yeah. That's some the show stuff.
I forgot they won a game 8.
Man, do you remember that? We were so young.
I think I need to go back on an airplane. I watched that whole game on an airplane, and I think I need to retry that.
Just ask if you can fly somewhere, just anywhere, and
Yeah.
just fly back.
I'm just gonna fly to LAX from Orange County
Oof,
and watch a game,
that sounds so
and then fly right back.
Mm-mm.
I don't even know if they do that. Oh, I hate that for me too.
You and Taylor Swift. No, like everything is bad, and it's gonna get better. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I think you look at this Astros series. I actually think this is a real opportunity for this team. You're facing literally the worst pitching staff in baseball. Like, if you can't hit them, like, you don't deserve to be in the big leagues.
Yeah, the odds of like our pitching coming back to earth or our hitting and defense like just looking average, like what's more likely? It's obviously the other two. It's the rising up. Our pitching can get a little worse against the Astros, and we can still win once, twice, heaven forbid, 3 times.
That won't happen.
Okay, just kidding. My bad. Let's just go 2-2 and move on.
You look at this weekend series, like you said, 2-2 would be great. If the Mariners manage to win 3 out of 4, what are your feelings about this team going forward?
The same as they were 2 weeks ago when we recorded, and I was running around yelling during the Mariners intro from the 1990s. Like, it's how I feel. And we just have lost 5 in a row for some stupid reason.
Okay. And on the reverse side, they lose 3 out of 4. What are you saying?
We're in trouble.
Okay. Yeah.
If we lose 3 or 4, if we lose 4,
Dan Wilson should be fired if they lose 4 out of 4.
I'm
sorry. Like, if you get swept, how many straight? That would be 9 straight losses. 9 straight losses, I think, is fireable.
It would depend on how you lose, but yes.
Yeah.
More than likely.
I agree.
If we lose, let's say we lose 3 out of 4. That's actually a good conversation. We would be 5-12. That pretty much would eliminate a 500 April start, which is kind of where we need to be, at least 500. And the team outlook for the postseason, that stuff doesn't change, but you are making some drastic moves. You're doing something. You're calling up Colt Emerson. You have to put your foot on the gas if you're 5-12 after this weekend.
If they were to call up Colt Emerson out of necessity,
it's not what we want. It's not what we want. You have to do something.
Is that the move?
Well, okay. How would you shake up? You can't fire Dan. I'm taking it off the table for you. You can't do it. Stop. You can't do it. Stop. Don't fire Dan. You can't. You're not allowed.
Okay. No firing Dan. I just to me, I can't call up Colt Emerson out of emotion of this team struggling. I've seen them do that with a prospect that looks way too similar to Colt Emerson for me to feel comfortable doing that, even if they're completely different guys. That scares me. I just don't think, to me, that's smart.
Okay, we're 5-12. What are you doing?
Calling up some guys from AAA. I don't know.
Laz?
DFAing Robles.
Bring up Laz. Just throw him out there for a few days.
Right? Am I calling up another pitcher, throwing a guy to the bull? What are you supposed to do with this lineup until it just works? There's nothing you can do. You don't have the guys down in AAA to help out. What has Michael Arroyo done in AA? I haven't seen anything about him.
What's that first baseman doing that people on Twitter clamor about?
Patrick Wisdom?
Yeah.
That discussion really pissed me off yesterday. It's
frustrating.
Instead of Connor Joe, Patrick Wisdom, look at this freaking roster makeup. You want another infielder? What are we thinking?
That's not the answer.
Brendan Donovan, as much as he struggled at third base, he needs more reps. Taking away the reps after, 12 games? Stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Very dumb.
I'm sick of it. As we head into this Astros series, do you feel better heading into the series with the Mariners having the strength in pitching or would you feel better if they had the strength in terms of bats?
I will forever be more comfortable with good pitching and iffy bats. Last year was so weird. It felt weird the whole time. It felt uncomfortable. Um, we're in like the darkness right now where like, oh, our starter gave up 2 runs. We have no shot. Like that's a dark place. We don't want to be there. But if I could only pick one unit to be good to start the season, I would pick pitching because that stuff just it's a trend. It keeps trending. Hitting, I don't
Pitching
know.
continues. Offense can improve. To me, pitching is just going to like stay somewhat steady, at least from the starting pitching. And so I would agree with you.
We can win the division and win the World Series and be 10 games back in June. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not what we want. It's not at all what we want, but we can.
Yeah. The panic button does not need to be hit yet. It has been 12 games. This team will figure it out. It's been frustrating. They're playing pretty much the most frustrating brand of baseball it feels like you could play in that they can't even score. But you have an opportunity this weekend, and it'll be an interesting series. I'm planning to live stream a watch along on the Monday afternoon game, so hopefully they'll win that game. If not, it'll create some great TikTok comment of me just raging. So either way, should be fun.
Oh, man. I hope we commit an error that leads to another error that leads to a run scored for the other team, and then I'll just come on and scream.
That Connor Joe error yesterday was a blast. A blast. I enjoyed that thoroughly.
Let's sweep the Astros. Let's do it.
I would love it. Let's win a series. Let's split the series. I just want a win, please. Like, win one of the first two. That's
what's the name of this podcast? And what have we not done?
I want to light the W, not light the L, Jeff. That's exactly right. Exactly right.
That's right.
It'll be a blast. 4 games this weekend. Podcast is going to be a little bit weird next week with the scheduling. Thursday's episode should be fine, I guess. It'll come out on Friday, so it'll be a little bit awkward. But that should just be able to preview the weekend series, talk about the Padres series. Sunday night's episode, we'll talk about the first 3 games in the Astros series. I don't know if I'm going to do a preview for the Padres series just because the way the schedule works out, it's going to be a little bit awkward. But there's always going to be stuff to talk about.
They look worse than us. At 6-6, they look worse than us. They just have that Mason Miller guy.
God, that guy's changeup. That's going to be fun. Houston for 4, San Diego for 3. Then they're back home with Texas for 3. That's all of next week. So going to be a big week. Going to be an interesting week. Chance to get back at Texas.
We don't have an off day for 10 days. That's right. That's a long stretch.
Yes. So
long stretch when you can't hit a baseball.
You're going to need length from these starting pitchers. I want to see Logan Gilbert not die in the 6th inning. Give me 6-7 innings, please. Quality starts, please. The Luis Castillo start on Sunday made me so mad. So bad.
We should have seen that one coming with a road start. That was foolish of us.
That was so clearly going to happen.
Yep.
They were going to score a bunch of runs. He was going to give up a bunch of runs. I think I said that pregame. But, whatever happens, happens. Beginning of the season, it's still early. I am pumped. Mariners Astros this weekend should be a great series. We will be back next week. I'll be back Sunday. Make sure you tune into every upcoming episode. This has been episode 140 of the Light the W podcast. Peace. Go Eps.